Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I want to talk about some videos I had a chance to watch today. And they were videos of individuals coming forth with their diagnosis of being a sociopath or some other variation of this sick evil that inhabits a great many of our population. Regardless if it's narcissism, or borderline, or even psychopaths. Now, I'm not referencing these videos. But do yourself a favor. Search for such content here on YouTube and you will find them pretty easy. Now, why are these videos, or admission of their diagnosis, so important? Well, first you have to dive into something almost all of them say in their videos. And that's they knew what they were a long time ago. And they just hid it from everyone the best they could so they could blend into society. They also say their type, if you want to call it that, are literally everywhere. Everywhere in our society. They are just good at hiding in plain sight. Now, psychopaths. True psychopaths might have a bit harder of a time hiding in plain sight because they have a hard time with impulse control. They tend to do horrible violent crimes with little thought to the aftermath or consequences. The sociopath might have such impulse control problems when they are very young, just learning what they are. But quickly after observing others and getting into trouble. Usually at school a few times. They learn how to hide their problem. So they can get over on people and blend into society. And what that tells me is the numbers of people that have problems ranging from being a sociopath, a narcissist, a borderline, or even a full-blown psychopath are completely and utterly wrong. Again, these people admit they knew when they were young what they were. And they learned to hide it so they could blend into society. And that their type is literally everywhere. I want that to sink in for just a moment. And because they have this problem, I believe they can tell their own kind very easily. They can pick up on another person, if you can call them that have this problem. Because they know what they have to do to fake things to blend into society. And they can see very easily when someone else is doing the same exact things they have to do to make others believe they are normal. Now, that being said, I think those that provide such information might not all be aware of things. But I think there are some that are. And those some that are probably sociopaths and narcissists. And they don't want the real number or the truth about how widespread this problem really is to get out to the public. I'm pretty sure they like the fact that we as a society think this kind of problem is rare. Because the more we think this problem is rare, the more we second guess ourselves when we are confronted with an evil individual. Because we haven't been taught the right information. And if we were raised in a dysfunctional home, our second guessing might even be more of a problem. You see, these types rely heavily on the second guessing of those in society. It's kind of like seeing a Bigfoot. When they let their mask slip for just a brief moment. It's so weird. It's like, wait a minute. Did I see what I think I just had seen? Or did I just hear what I think I just heard? Much like if you've just seen a Bigfoot. But because it seems so weird and out of the ordinary, we second guess ourselves and say, Bigfoots aren't real. Or in this case, there's no way someone could have meant what I was thinking they meant. And before you know it, we are gaslighting ourselves. And they are able to get their hooks into us. And into society. We have movie after movie, portraying evildoers as big bad monsters. Things that are way out of our day-to-day reality. So we start to think those that are evil are really only what you see in the movies. And that it doesn't exist in real life. But then we turn on the news. Or pull up a news website and we see both men and women doing the most horrible kinds of things to one another and their own children. Which to me disproves psychopathy is rare. But regarding sociopaths and narcissists, once you become aware of what these beings are, you notice they are in every single walk of life. They are at your job. They live in your neighborhood. They go to your schools. But the only reason why you see them is because you are aware. Now you have to understand another thing these people said in their videos. that they do their best to hide and blend into plain sight. Now I ask you, what do you think these beings would do if they felt you or someone else was onto what they really are? That's right. They would figure out a way to get you to look like you were the one with the problem, not them. Before you even had a chance to tell someone. Heck, maybe you weren't going to tell anybody. But they can't leave things up to chance. And remember, they don't have that something you and I have that holds us back from harming others. So they will go to the most evilest depths to ruin your life and your character. You see, narcissists and sociopaths have a lot invested in us not knowing what and who they are. And that is their very existence. Imagine we lived in a world where you were taught at an early age how to spot evil. Because even if you came from a dysfunctional family, the information would be there for you to read and view. This entire thing, I believe, has been hidden on purpose. I don't think it's something where those that pull the strings in and on society don't know. They do know. They know because it's a good chance they are one of these evil beings. So they set the rules that we live by. Rules that keep us in the dark about evil and what it's really about. And who and what is behind it all. And they do so because they are feeding on our pain and misery. And it trickles on down to the low-level run-of-the-mill sociopath or narcissist. The one you might work with. Or the one you might go to school with. Or the one you might date or marry. Because that truly is what keeps the misery going. People keep on running into evil. They are told to second-guess themselves and to just go with the flow of how our society is moving. And before you know it, their life and their family's life is in complete ruins. And you have a set of new children growing up to be batteries for the matrix. What if the average person was given the information that there's a good chance there is someone that is close to them that is either a sociopath or a narcissist? Breaking news. We got it wrong. Sociopaths, narcissists, and psychopaths are more common than we thought. Here's what you can do to protect yourself. But that's just it. The evil system doesn't want you to protect yourself. Because if you can protect yourself, narcissists and sociopaths will have nothing or no one to feed on. And that's what keeps this big lie going. They are energy vampires and don't want to give up their fix. Their power supply. And that power supply, or fix, is you, me, and everyone else they can destroy, and feed off of. Now some of you may know I speak about the supernatural and God, demons, the devil, so forth and so on. Now, think about the things you hear about demons, and how they torment people, so they can feed on their misery and pain. And then look at the narcissist or sociopath. And they do the exact same thing. Then you hear some of these people that were diagnosed with one of these horrible problems. And they say how they knew what they were when they were very young. And how they like what they are. And how they embrace what they are. Now if there was any being that a demon would inhabit or at least influence, wouldn't it be someone like this? Someone without an off switch to wrong and evil. But someone that embraces evil in its purest form. Something to think about. But I'm curious as to what you think. Do a YouTube search and watch a few of these videos and see if you picked up on some of these same things I mentioned here. And if you noticed other things as well. And if all of this or some of this makes sense. Because I truly believe this was hidden from our society on purpose. What do you think? Please post your comments below. Well, that's all I have for right now. I hope everyone's day was blessed. And until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.